Okay, I realized the quality of what you could see in the previous two, Rinku Part 1, Rinku Part 2, was not very well. So I'm going to do a quick recap here. It's going to be short on what I did on those two and the two videos. If you want to still watch it, they will be up. Still not going to get rid of them, but hopefully this is good enough quality where you can see it. So I decided, starting over here, the stats for Rinku, we're just going to do 20 and everything. If I gave him the standard array and then the bonuses for levels and the bonuses for the mythic stuff, wouldn't quite equal this. So I'm going to just make him even so he's still a challenge. And I don't have to worry about customizing any of them. Just make it even. This is a racial stuff. Or this stuff. Speed 30. As a half elf, he's immune to sleep. Low light vision. No, he's an elf, not a half elf. Low light vision. +2 to saves against enchantment effects. As an elven magic. Racial feature that says overcoming spell resistance is easy for him. Okay. So as a fighter, you get full BAB, which means plus per level. He's level 17. Right. Second one is a plus per level -5. Third one is minus another 5. And then this far. So he gets 4 attacks when he deals full run action. Now, when you get assaulting, combining two separate classes, you choose the better to hit, the better skill ranks per level. And though we're not caring about skills and skill ranks so far, when creating this adversary for my players in the Sonarma campaign, you would combine, they'd get any class skills from either class or class skills for the character. But then the higher amount of ranks you get, depending on the class, is the one you go with. Right? You get the better hit dice, but both fighter and paladin get d10s. Kind of over here. These are fighter features. And each version of Rinku will get the same features. We'll get the same features from the class, and we'll get the same feats, which do include... I'm not sure why those were off. Which do include the bonus feats from fighter. Now, if any of the other classes also get bonus feats, they will not. They'll get more feats, but these are the base feats that every version of Rinku gets. Advanced weapon training, defensive weapon training. So none of these things have been applied to him yet. The next part 3 will be what applies to him. So advanced armor training, basic armor training increases the benefit of the armor by 2 and reduces the armor check penalty by 2. No, I did that wrong. Not armor check penalty. It reduces or increases max dex. Advanced armor training, armor specialization, armor juggernaut gives him a DR. Weapon training with heavy blades. I believe the +4 is for hit. It might be for damage. More advanced stuff here. Weapon finesse allows them to use the dex. It's actually free. Armor focus gives a bonus to armor, gives a bonus to AC. Combat reflexes allows you to attack multiple times, opportunity in a round. Shield focus, additional AC from wielding a shield. Rinku is based off of Legend of Zelda Link. So he wields a longsword. Some versions of Link technically wield a bastard sword, but he wields a longsword and a shield. Because bastard sword is a 1.5 weapon in Pathfinder. Technically, you can wield it one-handed with less damage to it, but it's really meant to be wielded in 2 hands. So I had used the longsword over that sword, just to kind of allow him to use the shield, which he should, because Link always has a shield. Weapon focus for the longsword. Dodge, which is another AC bonus. Weapon focus individual. I wrote individual here because each version of Rinku will be wielding a different weapon in addition to the longsword. For example, the one fighting Reiko, who, if you've been watching my campaign, likes to shapeshift into a dragon. He'll be wielding a warhammer, and he'll have weapon focus for the warhammer, and it'll give him bonus damage against Rinku in particular if he shapeshifts into a dragon, because the warhammer is the weapon you use against the dragon in Ocarina of Time. Right. So each one gets an individual weapon. I haven't figured out which ones they are for each version of Rinku. Improved critical longsword, which means that the critical threat range, which I believe for longsword is probably 19 to 20, is now 18 to 20. And if it's not a 19 to 20, it is a weapon. It is 19 to 20 now. By the way, I went ahead and well, I don't remember if I did it for that one. Oh well. Okay. Weapon specialization, longsword increases damage from it. Combat reflexes. I have that twice. I might have to change that. Pin down. I forget what that one does. Penetrating strike ignores some DR. Martial focus heavy blades. Extra damage. More AC. More AC. Going first. Greater penetrating strike. Ignores more DR. Okay. Paladin features. We're over here. Aura. He detects as a good creature. Now, paladins typically have to be lawful good, but I ignore that when I run campaigns. But I might change these too. It might be smite law or smite. It might stay evil. The problem is that my players aren't playing evil characters. They're playing somewhere between neutral good, or chaotic neutral and good characters. It just kind of Divine Grace allows for healing. Nope. I forgot what Divine Grace does. Lay on Hands is a heal. Standard action. Gets 13 uses. Heals for 8d6s. Aura of Courage. +4 versus Fear. Divine Health. He's immune to diseases. Magical and regular. Mercy. Mercies are bonuses when you use the Lay on Hands ability. So at 3rd level, Sickened. Removes Sickened condition. At 6th level, it gives them the Sanctuary. Sanctuary says, hey, I'm protected. To attack me, you have to make a will save and beat the DC. DC in this case will be 23. If you don't, you can't attack me. You fail to successfully attack me. Sanctuary is broken by attacks. But the hilarious thing is, Lay on Hands is a standard action unless you're using it on yourself. And these are supposed to be one-on-one fights. So he could strike with a full round action and then use a quick action to then heal himself, granting Sanctuary. Injured allows health. Gives him healing. Gives him like fast health. Or that's restorative. One of those two. Cursed means it can remove curse. Channel Energy is basically uses 2 uses of the Lay on Hands in order to allow 96 of healing or positive energy to all within a range, which you won't probably use that considering all of them should be Divine Bond, Sword, and he gets 4 times the use. I forget if it lasts minutes or rounds, and then he'll use it for either Keen or Speed. Keen increases crit range. It might not stack with the thing he has over there. Or Speed, which allows him an additional attack at his highest modifier when using a full round action, which I'd love to do. Aura of Resolve. He's immune to Charm. Aura of Justice. Forget what that one is. Aura of Faith. Aura of Righteousness. These are kind of passive defensive abilities. Okay. He got some spells. Tactical Acumen. Whenever they're being tactical, they get extra bonuses for attack and damage. Hedging Weapons is makes some magic weapons appear next to him. That gives him bonus to AC, cure light wounds. If you're familiar with D&D at all, every version of D&D has cure light wounds or cure wounds of some sort. Bless gives a bonus to attack. Keep watch and iron won't be actually helpful for this section of the campaign. Keep watch allows someone to be up for 24 hours without suffering penalties. Bed of iron lets someone wear medium or heavy armor without penalties overnight. This is law of law. That's supposed to be arrow. The arrow of law basically says it attacks. It's a attack spell essentially. If it's a chaotic being, they take damage. If they're a lawful being, they don't take damage. If it's anything that's in between, they take damage, but not as much as chaos. If my opponent for this version of Rinku is a lawful character, I'm going to use Aura of Greater Courage, which increases the Aura of Courage bonuses. Weapon of Awe, a spell that adds damage. Literary Defense adds defenses. Widen auras will mean that all these auras have better, more range for the other Rinkus, which may or may not help. It depends on if the other Rinkus get drawn out, like if the battle becomes spread out instead of concentrated. Archon's Aura provides some defense. I forget what it does. Defense. Cure moderate wounds, better than cure light wounds. Trial by fire. It attacks evil creatures, so it might not be actually helpful. And half the damage is divine, unavoidable. Half the damage is fire, which can be reflex saved against. Angelic aspect gives some bonuses. Makes him look like an angel. Shield of Dawn is you attack me, you successfully hit me, take some damage. These is the base DC for the level 1 spells. Spell levels. How many spells prepared of each level? Go down here. These are our mythic stuff. So this version of Rinku is champion. 8 tiers. So each version of each different path for mythic gets a certain amount of hit points per tier. Champions get 5 per. I think other ones get 3. So he gets 40 additional hit points. Sudden attack allows him to spend a mythic surge, which he has here. He has 19 of them. Mythic power to get an extra standard action, do an extra attack. It roll twice, take better result, ignore DR. Mythic features. These are all from the champion. Punishing blow. Ignores regeneration if you hit somebody. Backlash. If someone hits you, you get an opportunity attack against them. Penetrating damage. Ignores AC. No, ignores DR. Precision. I don't want to look that up. Sorry about that. I'll move that over here. D20. Give me a second. Precision. Yes. Okay. So precision looks at these all the way up here and adds 5 to each of them. Can't add 5 to the first one, so your max. So it would be 17, 12, 7. Increase in chances of hitting with the higher ones. And it's static. Elemental Fury allows you to spend points to add, spend mythic power to add damage, elemental damage. Titan's Rage, spend a point to increase size, increasing some stats, decreasing some stats too. Usually a size increase increases your strength by 4, your con by 4, and then decreases your dexterity. And dexterity applies to attacking if you're using ranged, if you're using bows or certain melee attacks. But it also decreases your AC. But it also size changes usually increase natural armor, which makes up for the AC change. Critical Master version 1 allows you to auto-confirm crits on non-mythic. Critical Mastery 2 allows you to do it to mythic. So if he crits, he crits. There's no chance of failure. Now you also get these hard to kill. Mythic characters are automatically hard to kill. Surge is up to D10. Right. Power, get 19 uses of power. Has a +8 to initiative. Mythic saving throws. So adds his tier, half your tier to the mythic, to this saving throws. Like I said, these haven't been calculated in yet. I haven't made an actual character sheet. Force of Will. Spend mythic point to remove a... Nope, that's different. You can spend a mythic power to force to re-roll your own d20 or a d20 of somebody around you. Unstoppable is I can spend a mythic point to go, yeah, you made me stunned. I'm not stunned. Just literally spends it. Improved initiative mythic. These all require the non-mythic version to take them for most of them. This one's the only one among the list here that doesn't. That needs to be 21. So we take improved initiative, which gives us a +4, and we add an additional number equal to our tiers. So +12, plus amazing initiative of 8, so 20, +5. So this version of Rinku will have a 25 to their initiative. This guy, he wants to go first. Mythic weapon specialization increases damage on the weapon specialization. Extra mythic power gives you 2 more uses of power. Mythic weapon focus. Weapon focus adds plus to your attack rolls. Mythic increases that plus by a lot. That is Rinku from this. This is Paladin Rinku. Complete. I just need to actually start putting the character sheet together, which will probably still be in Excel. I might actually add and do it here. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recap. I hope it wasn't too fast for you or nauseating to look at. And this is Mr. Decker out. Thank you. Have a good day.